So we're going to try and cover two key questions for you today. Number one is going to be, how do you actually identify those business opportunities for your company and your industry? So we've talked a lot about general trends. We've talked about one specific industry as well. What are the tools that we've got for you to use in order to explore the business opportunities in your industry? So that's number one. Number two, we're going to show you with a couple of live demos, so fingers crossed, how you can actually go about responding to those opportunities for your business. What is it that you can do when you get home to actually set up, respond to them? I've heard a lot of questions here today about how do you get started, about what were the mistakes, what should I be doing, how many keywords, that sort of thing, what's in my ad text, how many products. After we've taken a break, we're going to come back and explain some of those things, take some questions on that, and try and put in the final piece of the jigsaw, how Google can actually help you get started. Okay? So my name's Peter Griffin. This is my colleague, Aidan O'Curry, and we both work with new advertisers. So people who are starting advertising with Google for the first time, or maybe they're used to advertise and they're looking to do something new. We work with advertisers who are looking for support and to try and answer the sort of questions which you've asked already today. Okay? We got the clicker there. Great. So we're going to take a particular example of an industry opportunity and look through it with some live trends. Okay. Now this is one particular example. Okay. By showing you the tools, you'll be able to go back, think of a trend in your industry or some keywords, some business opportunities, and explore it in a similar way. So the opportunity we're going to take are boyfriend jeans. Can anybody tell me what boyfriend jeans are? Anyone? Okay, so we've got jeans for your boyfriend, baggy girl jeans.
Yeah, the ones that look like you nicked them off your boyfriend.
Yeah, very, very good. So that's correct. They are, believe it or not, baggy girl jeans, which are designed to look like you've nicked them off your boyfriend. Brilliant. Now this is a hot trend for spring 2009. You already knew that, of course. So yeah, hot trend, spring 2009, boyfriend jeans. You heard it here first. Or you might not have, because a year ago, Miss Katie Holmes was snapped wearing these baggy boyfriend jeans. There she is. Now, I'm not sure which boyfriend she borrowed these of, but they look a little bit too long for Tom Cruise. But anyway, there we are. That's the fashion. So everyone, tomorrow, that's the look. Now, boyfriend jeans. So we've got an idea. Katie Holmes goes out, wears these. People start talking about boyfriend jeans. Your jeans get stolen by your girlfriend, and great, fantastic. But how do businesses respond to this crazy trend? Well, let's have a look today. So this is a year on, about what businesses are doing on the Google search results. So I hope this kind of page is familiar to you. We've already seen it a couple of times today. Let's have a look at it, really zoom in and focus. What are we showing people when they type in a search word or query, keyword, boyfriend jeans? Okay. Well, first of all, who can we see here? We've got Republic.co.uk. We've got Miss Selfridge, both of those selling boyfriend jeans. ASOS, boyfriend jeans, ASOS. We've got USC.co.uk. So we've got some sites there who are selling boyfriend jeans. Great. We've also got some guys down here. We've got some shopping results we're showing people. So specific, you can buy boyfriend jeans, so your girlfriend doesn't need to steal yours against her. We also have information sites. So Denimology, the science of jeans, I suppose. Jennifer Aniston, even she's in on the act. Information sites, okay, as well as retail sites, as well as the shopping results. So what does this mean? We've got these sites here, but what is actually going on? One of these search results page. Two parts to it. Natural search results, sponsored links. Natural search results first. Let's focus. So natural search results. This is the Google technology, how we became the company that we are, by ranking these sites for relevancy against a word. Okay? Simple level. Someone types in boyfriend jeans. 1.14 seconds later, actually that's pretty fast, but then, sorry, pretty slow, but then there were 2.5 million results produced. So the index that we've got of all sites which are relevant to all sites out there, we've identified just over 2.5 which are relevant and important to boyfriend jeans. So how do we rank them? Well, we're going to put sites high up which they've got content about boyfriend jeans. They've got information-heavy sites about boyfriend jeans. Some of the things which Mitesh talked about, so using text about boyfriend jeans rather than just an image of a baggy jean, for example. What else? Well, they've probably got other words to do with boyfriend jeans. So boyfriend cut jeans, girls' baggy jeans will be in that sort of text as well. And they'll link to other important sites, as Mitesh mentioned. So that's the natural search results. Now, I appreciate that sounds quite vague, and you're probably thinking, well, I'm not going to go home today and actually make sure that those things are done. I completely sympathize. We have a webmaster's resource. This gets very, very techy, and I would encourage all of you to have a look, just very briefly, at the webmaster's resource and hand it on to someone who does know about these sort of things, okay? There's no rocket science behind it. There's no dark and mysterious arts behind it. We are trying to find these sites. This is our technology to try and rank you fairly, okay? So if you do the right things, try and make yourselves visible to us, and make our job easier as well, we'll be able to find you. Natural search results, okay? Whilst we're doing that, whilst we're providing these natural search results, there is a live auction also taking place. The paid search, AdWords, sponsored links, right? So what do we see here? Well, Republic have currently won this auction, republic.co.uk, but we've also got high profile from Ms. Selfridge, ASOS, and other great sites down the right as well. So these are sites who've chosen that word, boyfriend jeans, as one of their, what we call keywords. That keyword, they've chosen to trigger one of their adverts, which they've written. So here we are, Republic, greatest boyfriend jeans, fantastic offers, buy online today, Republic. I like that ad. Yeah, short, sweet. That says we can go to Republic and buy that jeans. So Republic have written that ad. When someone clicks on that ad and goes through to a tailored landing page, all about boyfriend jeans, then that's when they pay something to Google, right? So at the moment, we're looking at this search results page. Nobody is paying anything. It's all free. This appearance, this branding, we've interacted with Republic right now. We've read through their ad, and they haven't paid anything for that advertising to be front page and #1 position on Google. It's only when we go through to their site and have a look around that we pay what's called a cost per click. Okay, is that clear? How much do you have to pay for a cost per click? Well, that is set by the advertisers themselves. This isn't set by Google, it's set by the industry. People bid into this auction. Higher bid, higher position. Simple. There's another bit of the story, though, is the quality score. So if you have an ad which is very, very relevant to that keyword, and guess what? You can see Republic, Ms. Selfridge, and ASOS do. They've got the keyword in their ad text headline. Some have even got the keyword in their URL. If it's very, very relevant, then you get a high-quality score, and it will be cheaper for you to appear higher up. You will have a greater place in the auction. Yeah. Now, there's more information about this in the one-sheeters you've got in your pack, and there are some outside. But just, I hope that covers off what the search results page is really doing. We're providing the natural search results and the sponsored links. We're providing relevant results for the Google user when they search, and we're connecting companies like you with potential customers. Okay? So what does this mean for our particular case for boyfriend jeans? Well, Aidan over here is a budding entrepreneur. He's set up a site, let's say, mytrendyjeans.co.uk. He's always, cutting edge of female fashion, as you'd imagine. Thank you. He set up the site, and he wants to actually target that keyword. So there we are. Google user searches for a keyword, boyfriend jeans, triggers the text ad, which Aidan's written, buy boyfriend cut jeans, great selection for £25, etc. When they go through to that, they go through to the tailored landing page. So we had a question earlier with Mitesh's presentation about which landing page you drive them to. And the answer is, actually, you can drive them to each different landing page for each different keyword. This one, Aidan's written, My Trendy Jeans. The site is actually about My Trendy Boyfriend Jeans. And there's someone wearing them. So there we are. So it's tailored landing page for that particular search. Why is that useful? Because you're only paying for when someone clicks on your ad. You want to make sure that it's as easy as possible for them to actually buy online. Consumers can be pretty fickle, particularly online. So make sure that that ad selects the people, so you know by price, and make sure that you put them through to exactly the right place. Some core principles there. I'm sure some of you know them already, but just to make sure we've got them there. Keyword, ad text, specified, deliberate landing page. Okay? So, boyfriend jeans. Let's have a look. Here we go, live demos. Everybody fingers crossed. Live demos, we're going to have a look at what the search trends are for boyfriend jeans over the last few years. Now remember, Katie Holmes, there she was, about a year ago, snapped in those jeans. Let's have a look, boyfriend jeans and target the UK. And if we just scroll down a little bit, here are the search results. So these are search results live. You can use this tool as well. It's free, Google Insights. Log in, have a search for boyfriend jeans, if you like, and you can see that the search trend happened way back at the beginning of 2006. Started going up. So actually, Katie Holmes was responding to a trend, perhaps, rather than setting one. However, 2008, there we go, perhaps that's when she was photographed. I don't know. But I assume it was. Search trends go up, and Aidan, as the entrepreneur, can respond to that with his website. Now, obviously, this is just boyfriend jeans. You guys have your own companies and industries. Search in any keywords which you think might be relevant to you and have a play. You'll see how they go up and down, how really this downturn are affecting the words which are important to you. Because you might well find that down here in the right, there are some rising searches which you might not have thought about. Perhaps you're a property company, and all of a sudden you see that rentals is going way up, whereas sales may be way down. You can have a look at these rising searches and see what's topical for your industry on a day-by-day basis. Log in, have a search, maybe click on one of those and see how the trend's affected as well. Is it going up? Is it going down? And respond to it. As a marketing tool, never mind actually using it for online, as a marketing tool, I think that's pretty important. Being able to see what are your trends which are going to increase and decrease. What should be in my next campaign? So there's Google Insights. So fine, so we've got to the stage now that, yeah, okay, Peter, we believe you, there is this trend for boyfriend jeans. Yes, it has increased, albeit not the sort of thing that I'd wear myself. How do we respond? Aidan, as the entrepreneur, how does he go about responding to that trend and actually getting ready and getting to go active on Google? Aidan.
Okay, so I've got my website, mytrendyjeans.co.uk. I've set it up, I've got the product, I'm happy with the site, I've got the stock, and I'm ready to build a campaign. So what I want to do is show you a tool that is a free tool called the Google AdWords Keyword Tool, which is really a great tool for actually getting the base of a campaign right. So we've seen from the Insights for Search tool that the trend is going up, and that's great, fantastic, people are searching. But it doesn't actually put a figure on how many people are searching. So I want to find out, with my site, how many people are searching on that particular trend. So you can find the keyword tool by just typing in Google AdWords Keyword Tool onto Google, and it should come up. And just to put this in context, what I want to do is to firstly do a search for the keyword jeans. So before I focus on my specific product line of boyfriend jeans or boyfriend cut jeans, I'm just going to type in jeans and get an idea here for what comes back. So it's pretty interesting to see. If I'm in the denim business, the jeans business, I'm an online retailer, it's interesting to see that on average, around about 7.5 million searches for jeans in the UK each month. So that gives me an idea. That's my target audience online. So it's pretty important to have a look at that and get a feel for what sort of industry searches are out there for your business. And to bring it back to my own product, boyfriend cut jeans, we'll just put boyfriend cut jeans and have a look and see what that comes up with, or boyfriend jeans. And it should give us a more focused, specific number for the searches. So we started off with Insights for Search, saw the trend was rising, fantastic. Now we can now put a figure behind it. So we can say, all right, well, there's about 90,000 searches per month for boyfriend jeans. Well, if I was to get, with a good campaign, I don't know, maybe about 10% of that traffic to my site, okay, so we've got 10% of the traffic to the site and X amount of that converts. So I can start to work to an ROI goal here and start to think about investments and put a bit of budget behind it. So what the keyword tool allows me to do is to, first of all, get figures in my head. Secondly, it allows me to think about keywords that I may not have thought of. So obviously, boyfriend jeans, I'm going to go on that one. But there's other keywords in there which are much more targeted, more niche. They're search terms which I may not have thought of in the first place. Now, the tool is showing me some information on some global searches there, but in the UK specific, it's mentioning that there might not be enough data to come back at me and provide me with a number. However, what it is saying to me is that people are searching on these terms. Now, these are terms of what we would call longer tail keywords, or the long tail keywords. And essentially what these are keywords which less people are searching on, but they cost less as well, or they tend to cost less. So there's an area of opportunity there. So maybe 2 or 3 years ago, if you were looking for flights to Zurich or something like that, you might go and type in flight Zurich. And that's where you would book online, and you would go on and make your purchase there. But what's tended to happen over the last 2 or 3 years is that those keywords have become quite generic. A lot of people are advertising them. There's a lot of traffic out there on those keywords. So 2 or 3 years on, maybe the opportunity has now moved to more longer tail keywords. So you might type in now Flight Zurich promo, Flight Zurich offer, Flight Zurich best deal, Flight Zurich, I don't know, whatever, and add a different word onto the end of it to try and find a more relevant result. So that's what we call the longer tail keywords, and tend to be a bit of opportunity on those, and they tend to cost less as well. So I'm going to add these keywords to a campaign, and you can just click add, and they'll go to the right-hand side. I might take maybe 5 or 6 as a starting point. And the tool will allow you to export those keywords then into an Excel sheet, and you can start to think about building a campaign from them. Now, the keywords are the foundations of a good campaign. So what the tool is also going to show me to do, if I go down to the drop-down box there, it provides me with numbers, and that's great. But it's also going to provide me with a range that I need to be prepared to bid. So it's all very well going onto Google and saying, fantastic, I want to do business on boyfriend cut jeans, and I'm going to bid a penny or 2 pence for my clicks. Well, what the tool is telling me here is that, well, that's not where the market is at. If you want to be competitive and drive traffic, the market is willing to pay a bit more than that. Now, Google doesn't set the prices for the keywords, but these are the prices that will provide a range for you to be competitive in. So if I want to be positioned on the first page, I need to be bidding around about the 80 pence per click mark, or maybe a bit more than that, to ensure a position on the first page. That's where people are searching. So what I'm going to do is to go onto an account now, and we've created a shell account with nothing in it, to take it a step further, to actually create an ad and create a small campaign just for this particular example. I suppose it's important to remember as well that we're just on my fake website, Boyfriend Jeans, and I've got one particular product line. But if you've got hundreds of product lines, thousands of product lines, different shapes, colors, sizes, cuts, you can imagine the amount of keyword research, bidding strategy, and text ads that you would need to create there. Quite complex, but for the purposes of the example, we're going to stick with the short one. So we select the language, obviously English, because I'm targeting the UK. And a lot of people will come to us and say, well, advertising on Google means I'm advertising to the world. And Ian referred to it earlier this morning. But let's say, for example, you didn't want to advertise to the world, or even just the UK, or even just England, or the Southeast. You wanted to advertise to, just say, 30-mile radius outside Reading. Well, fine, you can do that as well. You just select the radius, and your ads will show to just people searching in that radius. So I'm going to select England and move forward. So happy with that. And now it's going to prompt me to create my ad. So we want to show you a bit of insight from what we see of how users respond well to ads, and sort of best practice, tips and tricks, what draws users' attention, and to show you the difference between good ads and great ads. So I'm typing the ad here, or please type the ad, and it's letting people know, first of all, it's relevant. I've got the boyfriend cut industry term here in my headline. So I'm putting that in straight away. You'll also notice that the words are intercapitalized, or each one just starts with a capital letter. We've seen that users tend to respond better to that. It tends to draw the user's eye, and it tends to make your ad stand out a bit more prominently on the page. You've only got a short amount of character space here. I think it's 25 or 35 characters or so. So you really need to be punchy, compelling, relevant, attractive, and get as much information about your business or your product line as you can as possible. So I want to let them know, first of all, I've got good styles available. I might have different colors, different cuts, etc., sizes. So I'm getting that in there. I'm also putting a bit of monetary information. My prices start at £25. So my price point is out there. When my ad shows, it means that I'll be able to filter off browsers more so than buyers. The people who necessarily can't afford £25 will not tend to click. The people who want to buy a pair of jeans that are a bit of a higher end, I'll tend to sieve those out as well. So that way of sifting through traffic and making sure that you attract more people with potential to buy rather than browse is pretty important. So monetary information is really good, if you can. I'm also letting them know that I have free delivery, and this is one of my competitive advantages. Let's say I'm offering this at the moment. So short use of text space there, and it's a pretty good call to action. It's a pretty good selling point. My final line is order online today. It's a call to action. I'm emphasizing that with an exclamation mark. And I'm also letting people know with that call to action that I have an e-com store. Because from my web store, you can't necessarily tell that unless I actually put it in that you can buy online. So there's a good few chunks of information in there that I'm including in just one ad. Now, we would definitely suggest to have several variations of ads, ones which are more focused on delivery, ones which may be more focused on price, and test to see which ones work best, basically. So I'm happy with that, so I'll move on. And now what I'm going to be asked to do is to say, well, the system's going to say to me, basically, yeah, you've got a good ad, great. We've got keywords in there, but you tell us exactly what to trigger on. So from my research on the Insights for Search tool and the Google AdWords keyword tool, I'm able to plug in the keywords that I selected from my Excel sheet or the ones I just copied down. Now, the more keywords you tend to add in an ad group here, the further off topic you tend to go. So our advice would always be to keep it as tightly themed as possible, small little pockets of keywords directly relevant to the products on your site. The best AdWords campaigns are the ones which replicate the site exactly. If you're selling boyfriend cut jeans, the keywords should only be focused around them. So I'm even going to plug in maybe four search terms as a start. If I want to offer a different color of boyfriend cut jeans or a different size or another model, I should create a new ad group with more pockets of keywords. What I'm being asked to do now is to say, well, what sort of budget do I want to put behind it? Well, I saw from the keyword tool that if I want to be competitive here, I need to be looking at around about the 80 pence per click mark. That's the market rate. So I'm going to be pretty competitive. I want to sell these. I've got lots of them. I'm going to put in £1 a click. And that's the maximum cost per click I'm willing to pay. I also reckon that I could probably deal with, if I managed to sell well, about 200 orders per day, if that went for me, if it went for me that way. So I'll put in £200 a day as a maximum. And we'll start that off and click save. And once that's saved, then what will happen is, subject to a few policy checks, the ad should start to show in the next couple of hours. And when you type on the search term or one of your trigger words, you should start to see the ad appearing on the page and receiving traffic, or hopefully winning traffic over competitors. So there's the page that we started off previously. And if you keep your eye on the first 3 results there in the yellow shaded area, hey presto, you now see my ad, and I'm being visible to the users that are searching on this trend. So I just want to take it back to the idea of investment on Google. And Ian this morning referred to websites as kind of web real estate. And just to sort of take that a bit further, often Google advertising is kind of considered as a very different form of advertising to anything else. It's very flexible and measurable. I mean, if you want to advertise for £1 a day, you can. If you want to advertise for 10 grand a day, you can. It's completely up to you. But it leaves people in the position to say, well, actually, how much do I put in? And what potentially could I get back? So often the way our developers describe it is that it's kind of like, the first page of Google is kind of like the online high street. So if you think about your website as your web real estate, where the cost per click or the CPCs come in is kind of like the rent for that real estate. So I saw that my cost per click for the term boyfriend cut jeans is around about 80 pence, so I'm prepared to bid about £1. So that's essentially my rent to be positioned on the first page of Google consistently throughout the day. Now, the daily budget comes in as kind of like a limiter to the amount of clicks that you're willing to receive each day. And it's a kind of a cap. So the way our developers would sort of express this is like your online shop door. So I put my daily budget in at £200 a day. Now, if users were interested in my ad and they were clicking my ad, and fantastic, I got loads of clicks, and I hit my daily budget at, let's say, 12 in the afternoon, my ad would be pulled from the network and wouldn't show again for the rest of the day, regardless of whether people were searching on it or not, because the system is under the instruction that that's my cap. So it would then save that and relay it for the next day. But the important point here is that if you're in business, I suppose, in a website or you're a retailer, the last thing you want to do when people are looking for the products you have is have a closed shop door. So the mind frame that we would often suggest is to try and think about apportioning the budget to when people are actually looking for you. So if you think or you know that from the Insights for Search tool, or you think your customers might be searching throughout the day, maybe after work, at lunchtime, etc., that's where the budget should go. You should be keeping your shop doors open for the people when they're searching. And you can adjust your daily limit accordingly to certain times of the day as well. So important point there is just to think about not necessarily closing your shop door to people who are looking to buy from you. Okay?
Thanks, Aidan. So what we've done in the past 20 minutes or so is just cover off what it really means when somebody does that search on Google. When they go to google.co.uk and look for something which is a business opportunity for you. We've had a look at that. What do the search results mean to you, to Google, and to the Google user? We've also had a look at how to identify those opportunities within your own industry. So what is the business opportunity for your company? Well, that's where the Insights tool can be extremely useful. Play with it, put in the keywords, see what the rising searches are, have a look at those, then put those in again. You can create a whole network of business opportunities using the Insights tool. And finally, we had a look at how you can actually create an advert, an ad text, a Google AdWords ad for your company. So we'll take some questions now. I will say we're going to come back after the break and have a look at actually how you guys can get started. We've taken a very simple example and said, right, for one ad text, one ad group, and a few keywords, how can you get started? But we realized, particularly from the questions that we had this morning, there are some concerns about how you actually do that, and it's not a matter of going off into a room and just doing that yourself. Some of you guys, for your size companies, might well need hundreds of ad groups, hundreds of ad text, and potentially thousands of keywords. So we'll show you after the break how we can actually help you achieve that.
Thank you.